Hello, everyone. Attorney Shana Karpeles here with CA Bar Style. I hope you're doing well. I want to touch upon a question that I've been getting a lot over the last couple days, and that is for applicants that did not pass the February 2023 exam, whether they should take the July 23 test or wait until 2024 perhaps. It is not a straightforward answer, and there are a lot of factors that go in to considering whether to recommend that an applicant sits for a bar back to back. Let me give you some insight, and I hope this helps. You're always welcome to schedule a consult call with me, and I will walk you through the best steps for you and evaluate your scores and tell you what I think. But let's say it's late at night, you're looking for some guidance, and you don't have time today to schedule a consult. Let me try and give you some clarity and comfort. The first thing I want to say is I know you're probably not feeling too great right now. I've worked with over 4,600 applicants, thousands of repeaters. So even though I've never been a repeater of the test, I can sympathize with you. I understand what you're going through, and I want you to know that you are going to eventually get this done for yourself. There's just some formula, something in the preparation that is not working, that is not connected to the degree that is needed to get this exam done. But in the history of working with all these applicants, I have never met someone that cannot pass the test or is not capable of passing this exam. It is law and application. Timing is involved. Focus is involved. Memorization is involved. And I'm sure you did all that, but there's a disconnect somewhere. And the question is, why, where? And so in my program, that is something that I'd be able to answer for you. But let's just say right now, you're not even sure when you want to take the test again. And a lot of applicants may even feel like they never want to take the test again. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals. Take whatever time you need to get yourself into a good mind frame again, or a state of mind, and you will go for it again and you will get it done. I see it happening all the time. So a few things to consider. The first thing is, what was your score range? So if you came with the 1390 is the score that is needed to pass the exam. If you came within 100 to 150. 150 is pushing it a little bit, but I have seen it done, especially if you don't have work or any other responsibilities going on. So if you can really dedicate the next 2 months to just studying for the test, if you're within that 150 points, then you definitely should go for July. You also, if you're within a 100-point margin, you want to go for July. Why? Because you already are warmed up. That means you just have some holes to plug in. Maybe you went into a reread on the essays and PT. Maybe you just need to focus on the PT. Maybe that's what really cost you your points. Whatever it is, that is still a margin that is doable to come up with the right preparation. I want to stress that. So you don't necessarily want to do what you were doing before, even though you got close. Let's say you're 50 points away, 100 points away, no more than 150. But if you're 100 points away or less, and you can go and you have the time to go for July, I would get into a great program like mine, and I would let me work with you to make sure that you understand where you need to get your points up. You may not need to change everything up because you did quite well. You came close, but you still need to know where to improve to ensure that you increase double at least the amount of how close you came. So it's not, the threshold is not, I only have 50 points to come up. I would say to be safe, I'd want you to come up 75 points, 100 points, so to speak. So the points from the previous test and the scaling and the scoring are important and are a very important factor. Another crucial factor is your state of mind. How are you feeling? Are you, understandably so, really kicked down, feeling angry, feeling frustrated? Normal emotions to be feeling after not passing this test. Maybe you feel like really angry and you need to get it out on a good boxing class. How much time, knowing yourself, are you going to need to get into a clear mindset to go at this again. Again, you're not going to give up your goals and your dreams, okay? I really deter anyone from doing that. But knowing yourself, are you going to need to take a couple months off and maybe enjoy the summer? Or are you going to need maybe just a week or two and then you can kind of brush it off and get back on it? How motivated are you on an individual inner level, inside yourself, your energy, to go at this again right now? And that's a really important factor, because even though some of what just happened is going to come into the next prep, and if you're in my course, I'm working with you to really let it go as best as possible and not bring that into the next round of preparation, even though I have a lot of compassion for it. It's just, if you're holding on to those emotions going into your next round of prep, it will impact your prep, because you'll get to a subject that maybe you had an essay on in February and go, oh, I didn't do well on this, and then you won't connect with it. So you really got to shrug it off, to do your best to shrug it off. And I'm not downplaying what you're feeling and what you should be feeling right now. It is normal, okay? I want to normalize that. And if anyone is telling you, oh, just let it go, come on, it's just a test, I know what it means to you, and it's not just a test, okay? So accept the emotion, but also evaluate where you stand emotionally and mentally, and if you're ready to go into the next round. If not, you can definitely go into, let's say, an early prep for February, take a month off, and we have early prep that will be starting every month until November for the February exam. So instead, you can give yourself more time, and especially if you fell more than 150 points away, I would highly recommend going instead into an early prep for a 2024 exam. Another factor, are you going to be working? We all have to work. We have bills to pay. Things are expensive. Are you going to need to be working this next round of bar preparation so that you can't really devote time to studying? The points are factored into that as well. 50 points away, you can still work. 100 points away, you can work maybe part-time. More than that, I would say a full-time job is going to be kind of hard, because we have points to come up, and that's going to take some real diligence and focus, and you may not have time to improve on that. So that is a crucial factor. Also, what you have going on personally. Maybe you have a trip planned. I have applicants that are getting married. Maybe a baby's on the way. Whatever it is, maybe there's an anniversary, a family event. You want to consider that as well, because you don't want any major distractions during your prep. You really want to minimize it. Go into a great prep, change things up, get the clarity as to what you're doing wrong, and then run for the hills and get that goal done. But you have to be strategic right now. And, there are applicants in my experience that they don't pass the test and they just know, I'm taking it again. I'm not wasting time. I already knew that I didn't feel great about the prep. I knew that I probably didn't get it done for myself, and I'm ready to go. I've already kind of accepted it, and I'm ready to go again, and that's great, and that momentum should be followed. So it should be very intuitive, very organic. It should not be anything pressured. If anyone's trying to pressure you into taking it right away and you don't feel it in your gut and your soul, then you can nicely say, I'm not going to take it at this time. I'm going to give myself more time and go instead into an early prep. So I hope that gives you some clarity. There are some other factors that do come into it, maybe how many times you've taken it and where that disconnect lies, and so on and so forth. And I can work with you on that in a consult. Feel free to email me directly at cabarstyle@yahoo.com, and we can schedule a complimentary consult, and I'll guide you within the gamut of these factors and maybe some extraneous ones as well. We do have the July 23 course going on. It will be starting May 25th. And then we have early prep for February 2024. Our next round will start early June. So you have options. The biggest thing is take some time for yourself and remember that you are worthy, you are important. This test does not define you, and it is very upsetting. Your feelings are normal, but I promise you, with the right prep and the right coach and the right extraneous factors being paid attention to, who you are as an individual applicant will get you to the finish line. You will get there For you, your journey is going to take a little bit more time, but you will get there. All right? Keep your head up. Always remember who you are. Feel free to call me for any advice or guidance. Be well.